This is how we set up our credentials for iOS. Let's go. All right, so I've got my project here on the right, and I've got my Bifrost project that I just created here on the left. If we go into builds, you can see I've got it all set up except for the sign-in credentials. So let's go into our credentials. We're going to scroll down and go to upload Apple credentials. We'll click get started, and you'll see all the things that we are going to need in order to proceed with this. Forget all of that. Just watch the video. I'll show you what you need. All you're going to have to do is go into your project and type in PHP Artisan native credentials. It's going to ask you if you want to do Android or iOS or both. We're just going to do iOS for now. And we're going to be prompted with a couple of questions here. Private key file name, go ahead and continue. CSR file name, again, that's fine. Your full name, you just skip this stuff. If it's for a company, you'll probably want to add that. Now, when you get to this step, this is very important that you do not skip through it. I even think I say it's very, very important you don't skip through this step. It's going to tell you a bunch of stuff to do. I'm just going to show you what it's saying and all the stuff you have to do. So you're going to go into your Apple developer account. You're going to type in developer, the apple.account, and let's make this a bit bigger. We're going to click account. We're going to go scroll down. I'm going to go to certificates. So you come in here, and you might already have some here, but you just click plus. We're going to click Apple distribution for a certificate, and we're going to choose a file. We're going to go into our directory. So if I go into my push notifications credentials directory, we have this CSR file that we need to upload that we just created with the native credential step. So we're going to click continue, and we're going to download. We're going to open that file. We're going to copy it. We're going to go into our credentials directory, and we're going to paste it in there. We'll try that again. We'll say yes and refactor. And I do want this to be, let's rename this so that there's no spaces or funny characters in there, just so that it recognizes it easily. Continue once you've downloaded the CER file. All right, we've done that, so we'll hit yes. It's going to ask us for a password. You're going to create a password. This is how we're protecting, how Apple needs to protect this, this certificate file. So I'm just going to type in my password, and now that's all set. Let's continue. So now that we've got our certificate, we're going to go back. We're going to go to our identifiers. Now, your identifier is what you're actually going to need this is your ID of your app. So this is when you're telling Apple, this is what I want my ID to be. Doesn't matter anywhere else that you've put this ID in your env file or anywhere else. This is where it actually matters the most. So we're going to say a new ID. It's called app ID. It's an app. I'm going to call this credentials. You're going to call it something way, way cooler than credentials. I'm just going to call my native PHP dot credential. Credential? That's not right. Credentials. All right. Important. This is where you have to tell Apple what kind of entitlements, what kind of permissions you're going to want for this application. So for example, if you want push notifications, even if you don't want them now, but you think one day in the future you might want them, go ahead and add them. If you want the, what are they called? The universal app links, deep link kind of stuff, go ahead and type in associated domains and check the box for that. We're going to say continue. We're going to say register. You didn't download anything for that, but it is important because when you go to the next step, which is your profiles, that's when the rubber meets the road. That's when the certificate meets the identifier. So we're going to scroll down. This is not for development. We're actually going for App Store Connect distribution. We're going to say continue, and we're going to select that credential. Where are you? Credentials. Here it is. We're going to select that app ID. We're going to say continue. And now we're going to select that distribution certificate we made on that first step. Continue. We'll just call this like credentials. I can spell, I think. We're going to say generate. We're going to say download. We're going to open that up. We're going to copy it. We're going to paste it into our credentials directory. And we'll move on. Next. think that's all that we need here. If you go up to developer.apple.com and hit enter and go into your account, we have to do a couple things on this side as well. We need an API key to give to Bifrost to be able to send, the artifacts and stuff over that Apple needs. So we're going to click Users and Access, and we're going to click Integrations, and we're going to click Plus, and we're going to make a Bifrost API key. So this can be used on all of your projects, right? So this is really like scoped to the Bifrost entity, right? So that's why I would say just make one, make it Bifrost, and keep it safe. So App Manager is a plenty enough access for this. We're going to say generate, and there is our Bifrost. Now you only can download this one time. If you for whatever reason, if you lose it, you have to make a new one. You have to revoke this one and make a new one. So we're going to download this. We're going to download it. We are going to open it. We're going to copy it. We're going to paste it into our credentials directory. You guessed it. And we're going to come in here. We're going to copy a couple of things. We need this key ID. I like to just like paste it into my env someplace. So let's do that. So there's that. And then the issuer ID, because we're going to need those two pieces later. There's that. And while we're here, we may as well go to apps, click the plus sign, new app. We're going to call this my credentials app, whatever. This is actually what's going to appear in the App Store. Credentials, this is not going to be in the App Store, I promise. Not this one, at least. I'm going to go with my language of choice, and I'm going to click credentials. This is the bundle ID. You have to make up a SKU. You can just make up whatever you want to. It does have to be unique to you, but that's it. I always give full access. This is like users that are, anybody else that is sharing my App Store connects who can access that. We'll say create. And the name, it appears to be, all right, so we're going to say Bifrost credentials because I don't think that. This is like actually scanning the App Store, right? So Bifrost credentials, and my app is now created. Wonderful. So let's go back into Bifrost, and we're going to continue through this, uploading all of the things that we need. So we're going to say next, and all right, we need this. So what was that called? I think it was just com.app.information, com.nativephp.credentials. Is that somewhere I can copy it? Nope. All right, so com.nativephp.credentials. I'm going to say next. We're going to click App Store for the distribution type. There's a lot of different ways to distribute apps with iOS. There's other ways that we have coming soon. I actually have some of these already worked on, but I wanted to get App Store into your hands first. Distribution certificate. So if I go into my directory here, so it's my push notifications project and my credentials directory, I kind of made it a little easier for you. This is the file that you need for that. So that's your P12. You put in your password. If you put in the wrong password, it will tell you that's the wrong password. We're going to put the right password in, and it will tell us we got the right password. We're going to upload our provisioning profile. That's this file. I'm going to say next. I'm not doing Firebase for this. That's for push notifications. We're going to skip this step. And we're going to go and do the App Store Connect API key file. So we're going to choose file. We're going to put this one, the P8 that we got. It's asking us for a key identifier and the issuer identifier. The issuer is the UUID. So we'll put that for the issuer, and then we have the key ID. And then we'll put that here. And we're just going to call this whatever you want to, really, Bifrost. We're going to say submit. And that, my friends, is all that we need in order to get iOS credentials set up. I know it seems like a lot. After you do it a couple times, which you will do as you're building apps, it gets easier and easier and easier. So now if I go into builds, I have green check marks here, and I can say ship it. I can say iOS, and I can select those credentials that I just created, and we're all set, ready to deploy.